Hello, my name is Masha, and today I'm going to show you all of the bracelets that I made in July. That's right, I'm doing another wrap-up video. I haven't done one of these since November, and the one before that was in August of last year, so it's been a while. I used to do these as a regular thing every month. At the end of each month, I would show you all the bracelets that I made throughout that month, but I ended up stopping because I stopped making bracelets as much. Ever since I started a full-time job, it's been increasingly more difficult to actually make bracelets consistently. But I've had an amazing month, so I'm back here today. And just like old times, I'm going to be doing a challenge of the month as well, so stick around until the end of the video for that. Before I start, I want to quickly remind you that I wrote a book. The Beginner's Guide to Friendship Bracelets comes out on August 23rd in the US and about a month later everywhere else in the world, and you can pre-order it now anywhere you typically buy books. It's a collection of photo tutorials aimed at beginners that will take you from the basics all the way to the advanced stuff. And if you pre-order through my publisher, the link to that is in the description, you can get the paperback and the ebook as a bundle. If you do pre-order, make sure to enter the giveaway by sending a screenshot of your proof of purchase to my publisher at rockynook.com/friendship. The book is coming out so soon now, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I made 13 bracelets this month. That is huge for me. Genuinely, that is a lot. I was very inspired this month. You can also see that by the amount of videos that I've been publishing. I've been really inspired to create bracelets and to create videos lately. So let's have a look. So we start off with the bracelets that I made for the 24-hour bracelet challenge, which is a video that I posted this month. That was a challenge in which I made bracelets for 24 hours. I set a timer and I played it and I paused it every time I sat down or I stopped making bracelets. It took me a weekend and a bit to complete, and I made 6.5 bracelets during that. So let's have a look at those first, because that's what really kicked off this entire month. We start off with this beautiful sunflower bracelet. I really like this pattern. I think it is super cool. I originally wanted to film a tutorial for it, but then I realized that the tutorial would be a little bit too long, so I ended up doing a knot with me for it. In fact, that's the next video to go live after this one, so be on the lookout for that. I really love how it turned out, and also I kind of altered the pattern a little bit to complement the triangle ends, and I think that looks really cute as well. Next up, we've got the dotted border chevron. So this bracelet was also part of the 24-hour bracelet challenge, and it's just a slight variation on the classic chevron. As you can see, it's kind of got a border and the border is dotted, hence the name. I think it looks really cute. I also really enjoy the color combination here. I think it's very summery. I love how it looks after that teardrop loop. It's also just like such an easy and fun bracelet to make. I filmed a tutorial for this bracelet as well, and it's very beginner friendly. So if you want to, you can check that out and make this bracelet yourself. I'll leave that linked in the card and in the description for you. Beautiful bracelet. Next up, we've got this bracelet. I really enjoyed making this bracelet. I really love the effect. I think it looks super cool, a sort of like wraparound effect with the rainbow. I made a tutorial for this bracelet as well. I'll leave that linked if you want to make it too. And I might be making a tutorial for the doubled up version, or kind of the alternate version that's bigger for this bracelet, so be on the lookout for that as well. I really like how the half triangle end complements the pattern here. Anytime I make a candy stripe shaped bracelet now, I always try to make the half triangle ends, and I love how it turned out. In fact, I made several candy stripe shaped bracelets within this month, so we'll get to those. This next one is actually one of those. I think this pattern is a new favorite of mine. It kind of reminds me of the fishbone chevron. It's made in a very similar way. I did film a tutorial for it, but if you're watching this video close to release, that tutorial isn't out yet. When it is out, I'll leave it linked in the description as well. But yeah, it really reminds me of that bracelet, and I just love this effect. I love the rainbow. I love everything about it pretty much. I originally wanted to make this bracelet, but in the bigger version where there's more strings. But then when I tried to pick out the strings, which I did for a vlog, by the way. I'll leave that vlog linked as well in the description if you want to see me pick out the colors for a lot of these bracelets. But yeah, I realized that I didn't have enough colors, so I had to go for the smaller version, but I think this looks amazing regardless. I've been meaning to go to the store and to actually buy more strings specifically to make the bigger version of this, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So I might do that eventually, but for now we just have the small one and I love it. Next we have this bracelet, which is the biggest bracelet that I made this month. All of the bracelets now have cat hairs in them, so that's a beautiful feature. Look at this beauty. I am genuinely in love with this bracelet. I had such a fun time making it. It's a fairly repetitive pattern. I did not get bored for a second. I absolutely loved it. I love the colors here. I love the design. I love everything about it. It's absolutely mesmerizing and enchanting. I kind of want to have a manicure now that complements this pattern, and I might do that for like autumn time because it's kind of autumnish colors in my opinion, but that's just like how much I am obsessed with this bracelet. Also, I love bracelets that have triangle ends after a loop, but you can only really make that for bigger bracelets, so I was in the mood for making a bigger one and I love it. I really do love this bracelet a lot. I filmed this bracelet for And Not With Me, and that will be coming out later as well. I don't really wear bracelets. I don't like the sensation. It's something like, it's a sensory thing. I just don't enjoy it. But I might wear this one for a little bit just because of how much I love it. So those 5 bracelets were the 5 bracelets that I originally thought I was gonna make in the 24-hour bracelet challenge. And then I finished them all. And I was like, I still have like 7 hours left. What do I do? So I started this bracelet. This bracelet is also one of my absolute favorites now. I love it. It really reminds me of the Starburst pattern, for which I did a tutorial a while ago. I did a tutorial for this one as well, and me and my patrons collectively decided to name this the Sunburst bracelet. I just really love it. It's such a summery pattern as well, and the colors are beautiful here. I just love this bracelet. So yeah, as I mentioned, this one is a little bit more complex, but I did do a tutorial for this one as well. I'll leave that linked in the description for you if you want to make it too, which I recommend you do. It's really fun. And finally, for the 24-hour challenge bracelets, we have this one. Now this one I didn't actually get to finish within the 24-hour bracelet challenge, but I did do about half of it, and I love this pattern as well. By this point, I ran out of white and black strings, so I was specifically looking for a bracelet that kind of used different colors, and I landed on this pattern from my to-dos. I was planning on making this one for ages, and I was like, this is perfect for that. I went with kind of sunset colors, and I just love how they play around here. I'm having a really good stroke of luck with my bracelets this month. Pretty much all of the bracelets that I made, I really enjoyed. And sometimes, just like with reading books, which is another big hobby of mine, you read books and you get like on a big streak of like tons of books that are amazing. And then you hit one and you're just like, you know, this is a bit of a flop. That happens with bracelets as well for me. Like sometimes I start making a bracelet and it's either the pattern isn't as fun as I anticipated, or the colors I didn't choose to be like white the correct way and they're kind of either blending together or just don't look as great as I thought they would. All of the bracelets I made this month, top tier, loved them, and this is one of them. I really enjoyed this one. Love it. And then once all of those were made, I was on a bracelet high. I wanted to create many more bracelets, so I did go to the store, but I was only able to be there for about 10 minutes, so I didn't get a chance to pick out the colors for that one. What I did find is this multicolored string. This is Anchor 01360. It's apparently been around for a while. I've never seen it before, so it's new to me, and I fell in love with it. I had to make a bracelet with it straight away, and so I made this bracelet. This bracelet pattern was also in my to-dos for ages, and I finally got around to making it. It technically only has 2 colors, which is why I chose it to be kind of the perfect pattern for this multicolored string. It's just this multicolored string and the black background. I just love the design as well. It's so cute. I really enjoy how this turned out. This was also my first time doing a loop followed by a triangle end in this specific way. I've never tried this before. I've seen other people do it, but I just never tried it before for whatever reason. So this was my first time trying it, and I like it. Yeah, I think it's quite cute. I really enjoyed this pattern so much that I started another bracelet with this pattern. I started the same bracelet in pink, but I haven't finished it yet, so I can't show you this as part of the wrap up really. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Next up, we've got a mini collection. After not making this bracelet pattern in at least 10 years and probably more, I made 4 candy stripes this month. Yep. 4 candy stripes. I know, you weren't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that either. It was a really random decision, I'll be honest. So here we are, the 4 candy stripes that I decided to make. There's multiple different color combinations. There's ones with single stripes and there's ones with double stripes. I did some with the half triangle end and some with the basic loops, some with twisted ties, some with braided ties. So the reason I made these was actually for a tutorial. I know, I never expected to do a tutorial on the candy stripe because I firmly believe you should start by making the chevron because that practices both the forward and the backward knots at the same time. But then I realized that, you know, what works for me might not necessarily work for other people. Someone might actually want to start with the candy stripe, and then even if they don't want to start with that bracelet, they might still want to know how to make it, so I decided to film a tutorial on that as well. That video is going to be coming out at some point later, but the reason there's 4 is because I explained them with the half triangle end and also with the beginner loop, and I explained 2 of them for a YouTube video and 2 of them for a short form video that's going to go up on TikTok and potentially on Instagram Reels if I get that to work. So yeah, I started posting like mini tutorials on TikTok, and I'm trying to do that as a series. I'm posting on a bunch of different topics, so if you want to see that, definitely follow me on TikTok. I post other stuff on there as well, but I'm trialing this new series there too. And finally, I made 1 other bracelet this month, and I'm debating whether or not I want to show it to you. I was actually going to show it to you. I was going to say this bracelet is a spoiler for 2 videos that I'm currently making that are coming out probably at some point within August, and then if you don't want to watch it, kind of scroll away. But then I realized I don't actually want to show you, so you're gonna have to wait until that. I am going to be doing another wrap up for August. Hopefully I'm gonna make enough bracelets for that. I definitely have enough started for that. So I'm gonna include this bracelet in that wrap up, because hopefully the video where it's featured are gonna come out by then. But it's an alpha bracelet, which is the only one I made this month. So let's talk about the challenge. It's been a while, so I'm gonna reiterate the rules really quickly. This is just a challenge. It's just for fun. There's nothing to win. If you want to win in a giveaway, you can pre-order my book and submit a screenshot of your order number to my publisher, rockynook.com/friendship. There is a giveaway currently running where you can win a bracelet from me and a bunch of different strings, a bunch of my favorite strings, including multicolors and metallics, and some bracelet materials. So that is happening, but this is just a challenge for fun exclusively. In the past few wrap-ups, I gave sort of themes or general ideas for challenges, but I want to go back to the very beginning of my wrap-up videos. When I started these wrap-up videos, we would just do one pattern together. I want to bring that back for this time. And I want that pattern to be this pattern. I really enjoyed making this bracelet. I genuinely really did. So much so, as I said, I started another one. And this is the one that I will be making for the challenge. If you want to enter the challenge with me, make a bracelet for this pattern. You can use whatever colors you want, just make a bracelet with this pattern. Take a picture of it once it's done, and you can either post it to Instagram or enter through my Discord server. If you post it to Instagram, make sure to tag me in the post. Use 2 hashtags. Use hashtag #NotWithMasha and #NotWithMashaOrg22, because technically the July wrap up, but the August challenge. And if you want to submit through Discord, which the link to my Discord server is always in the description of my videos, post a picture to the August 22 challenge channel. I cannot wait to see your guys' bracelets. It's been so long since we did a challenge together, and I'm so excited to knot with you again. So that's it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm really happy to finally be doing another wrap up video. As I said when I told you that I'm going to stop doing these, I always intended to bring them back whenever I actually had something to share. Hopefully I can keep these going for a while, but I just know with, you know, the way my motivation works, I get these really big highs where I'm really inspired, and then that dies down, and that's fine. That happens to everyone. Whenever my motivation to make bracelets dies down, I start reading more books. I get into my other hobbies. I play games more. We're all rounded people. You get in and out of your different hobbies, and I'm currently very in. I'm just saying that because I get messages quite a lot from other people saying that, like, oh, I'm really not interested in making bracelets right now, like, what can I do? And of course, if you're in a slump, there are ways to get out of it. I did actually make a video on how to get out of a slump. I'll leave that linked in the description as well if you want. But slumps are normal, you know, sometimes you get really into it, sometimes you get out of it. It comes and goes, and it also happens to me, and I just wanted you to know that. I run a channel about friendship bracelets, but even with that, it comes and goes in waves. Anyway, I'm really excited to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Quick reminder that my book comes out really soon, and you can pre-order it now if you want to. And before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons and especially my top supporters. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. If you also want to support this channel and the work that I do here, the link to my Patreon is in the description. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!